What is up, guys? Private Eye Russ here, back with the Bowler of Justice. Anyway, so this is going to be a Private Eye Russ Reacts if you need a licensed private investigator. I work here in the state of Florida, but I can also work all over the country and worldwide, and I have conducted investigations all over the globe. Not just infidelity investigations, but also corporate theft investigations, negligent security investigations, personal injury investigations, criminal defense investigations, with an emphasis on false rape accusations. I've worked on 18 of them successfully so far. Not my success. Obviously, it's the attorneys. I'm just giving them some of the raw materials. But it's something that's near and dear to my heart. No one should face that type of charge if they are not a dastardly human being who would commit such an act of evil. So if you need help, Russ at privateiruss.com, or you can send me a direct message on X at privateiruss. Send me a DM. I'll help you. All right. So let's go and do a reaction video. This one, abroad man cried out for help. All right, so I already watched this video, and so they tell you to get married. Let's see what's going on with this brother. He got married. Shout out to this brother. Fair use.
White people.
Did he say white people? Is he invoking white people to save him? White people, please save him. Okay, well maybe. All right, look, man, nothing wrong with that. Let's see.
This is more than I can take. I never expected that life would be like this. But now that he has gotten to this stage, it's time for me to let the whole world know what is going on.
All right, first off, change the batteries in your smoke detectors. Number one, when it starts doing that chirp, it means that your battery is running low and you run the risk of your smoke detector not working. If you need a smoke detector, say there's a fire, something on fire, or excessive heat, it goes off to let you know that something's wrong. And so please do that. Number two, it's just annoying. You ever go to somebody's house? I've done it several times, visiting witnesses at their homes to get a statement, and you play this, play the recorded statement back later, and you got that intermittent beep. It's like, right. So
going on. Because if I do anything now, government will chase me out of the house, and she will be the one to inherit all I have achieved.
So he's worried that if he does anything or says anything, then the government, the police, will chase him out of the house, and she'll get all of his stuff. He's in Nigeria, I think. Again, when you sign a marriage contract with the state, here's what you're doing. You're inviting the state into your relationship. You're giving them the power and the authority to mediate over your belongings, your home, and whether or not you can stay in your home, and your children. Do not give them that power or that authority. The government rarely does anything well. They certainly do not handle children well. You look at the family courts and the disparity in treatment between men and women. Why would you sign up for this? People are still signing up to this because, reasons, right? Anyway, let's keep going. Fair use.
Since I came to Europe, I've seen hell.
You've seen hell.
Go and marry.
I've seen hell. Oh my God, dude. Shout out to this dude. Man, I shouldn't laugh, man. Oh my God, this brother's going through it. All right, so
I will fall into a wrong hand.
Let me back up, sorry.
Go and marry. I didn't know that I will fall into a wrong hand. My people.
He said my people.
I'm in deep trouble.
But he didn't say white people. Sorry, he said my people. All right.
Can you people please come and help me? I don't have a life anymore.
All right, so I've seen this a bunch of times. Guys get married, not just guys that are getting cheated on, guys that are in hellish marriages with a female tyrant that is making their lives absolutely miserable. And you feel like there's no way out and nobody understands. Here's the thing. When I was going through and dealing with my ex, all the stuff that I had to deal with, I dealt with it a little bit differently than most people did. I thought I was an isolated case, and then you go on the internet and you're like, hold on, wait a second. It's almost like everyone has been reading my mail, and so many guys are going through the same thing. You're not alone, brothers. You are not alone. There are a lot of guys who are going through the same thing. There's ways to deal with it. There's ways to maintain who you are, and that's what success is. Successful marriage has nothing to do with how long you stay married. Successful marriage has more to do with whether or not you maintain your identity, whether you stay married or not. Anyway, shout out to this brother, man. He's going through it, so let's keep going. Fair use.
Since I went to Nigeria to marry this lady, I've never known peace.
And this is a tactic women will use, constantly trying to beat you down by making your life miserable to get their way. They don't care about what you want. And so their whole thing is based on control. So they're going to use whatever means they can at their disposal to control. And that's based on a lot of insecurity. Women are very, very insecure, probably even more insecure than a lot of men are. Men can be very insecure as well too, but most of their tactics are based on insecurity. So they have another guy on the side just in case you leave them. You know, the side dude or the guy orbiting around them. What Rich Cooper calls the beta male hovering. You know what I mean? Where guys are just always on the periphery, just waiting for a chance. And so making you miserable is a way to try to bend your will and get you to submit to their wishes. Your job, your goal is, allergies, is not to submit. Men are not supposed to be submitting to their wives, man. You guys need to stop this nonsense. Me and my ex, it was a constant struggle because she would constantly try to get me to submit, and my constant answer was like, no. Like, no. Sell your motorcycle. No. Sell your guns. No. Stop doing martial arts. No. Stop hanging out with your veteran slash contractor slash cop buddies. Absolutely not. You know, stop teaching our son to be masculine and manly like you. Yeah, okay, that's not going to happen. And so, so it was a constant struggle. But at the end of it, I emerged from it unbowed, unbroken, and I wasn't one of these dudes walking around carrying my wife's purse and through the shopping mall. And I'll give you an example. Like, you see these guys walking around, they're literally, like, especially at Disney, these guys are beasts of burden. Their wife gets to control everything. They're pushing a stroller. They got the backpack loaded down with everything, and they're literally there as a glorified luggage cart. That's what these guys have become. And so they don't have any input. They don't have any say. They just do what their wife says. Is that what manhood is supposed to be about? Well, some people might say that that's the definition, but I don't think that is. And I suspect some of you, if you're watching this podcast, I suspect you feel the same way. So I'm going to give you a quick story about the last time I went shopping with my ex-wife. This is while we were still married. She wanted to go shopping, right? So I thought this was going to be a short trip. We get to the store, and my son at the time is in a stroller, so he's very young. I think this was around the time when he had to have a car seat still, so still very, very young, right? So we're in this store, and after more than an hour of her shopping for a bra, I was like, you can't find a bra yet. And it became clear to me she was purposefully wasting my time to push my limits. And so finally I said, look, if you're not done, I'm leaving. She said, well, you're not going to leave me. Okay. Literally, I didn't argue with her, just took the stroller, and I left. And we went in the car, put him in his car seat, and halfway home, she calls us, wait a second, did you really leave me? Yes, I did. Well, can you come back and get me? No, take a cab. And that was the last time I went shopping with her, because I was like, look, man, you don't get to waste my time or try to bullshit me or try to play with me like you think I'm a yo-yo or some other nonsense. And some of you guys need to start checking your wives and checking your girlfriends and putting them in their place. Leave them somewhere. And if they don't like it and they want to go someplace else, let them go. But if they stay, they need to have the understanding that this dude is not going to play that nonsense. He's not going to have it. And so I need to behave better. Some of the bad behavior guys are getting from women is because you didn't say no. You didn't put the brakes on. You didn't stop them when they displayed this behavior in the first place. Not saying you're totally at fault, but you had a part to play and you could have stopped it. Stop it. Stop being understanding. Stop thinking, okay, maybe I'll say something next time. No, you got to stop that nonsense right away. And this was very early in our marriage. She got pregnant within months after we got married. And I was just like, nah, you know what? I'm not I was like, nah, I'm leaving. And I literally just abandoned her at the mall. Now, it wasn't a very long cab ride, but I'm sure during that cab ride, she did some thinking. And when she got home, she actually apologized. And she was like, well, next time. I said, no. No, you had your chance. There's not going to be a next time. If I go to the mall, it's because I want to go get something. Like when I go shopping, like probably most of you guys do, that's why I love Amazon. All right, I want this. Bam. It's that, like I ordered something today. It got here today. Shout out to Amazon. Like unbelievable. And so if I go to a store somewhere, I know what I'm looking for. I'll go, hey, where is this section? Okay, I'll go look. Hey, is this here? Do you guys have this? No, you don't? Okay, I'm out. 10 minutes. 10 minutes is my limit in stores, man. I'm not, unless I'm going grocery shopping, in which case you got a list, and then I'm going to go still. I'm going to speed march through the grocery store. That's why I love Publix. I love, because I know where everything is. Walmart, I still know where everything is, man, but you got to deal with so many people I just want to deal with. And so Walmart, I'll go there for some things, but, for the most part, I go to Publix. I know where everything is. I'll just bam, 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 bam. I start on one side of the store and work my way to the other, grab everything I need, and I'm still there 10, 15 minutes, and I'm gone. I just don't want to be there that long. And so, so I just told her, no, that was the last time we're going shopping. I'm not going shopping with you ever again. And, she would try to get me to go shopping, but I was like, nope, not doing it. And so you guys got to put the brakes on and stop being afraid to tell women no, or just walk away. Like don't even tell them, no, you can't do this, because they're a grown person. They you can't stop a grown person from doing something, but you make it clear that the consequences are going to be unforgiving, And so I just left her there. And, she was like, well, what if something happened? Okay, well, that's your fault. That's your fault for wasting my time. That's what you get. That's your punishment for wasting my time. If you've been kidnapped or whatever else, oh, well, you know what? We would light a candle for you every year on that particular day that you went missing. But ultimately, don't waste my time. Don't try to play me like I'm a sucker. And we'll get along a lot better. We got along a lot better. There was still a whole bunch of other challenges that had to be dealt with, but that was one. With trying me like that was, that just wasn't going to fly. Anyway, it's your boy Private Eye Russ. Stop letting women push you around, guys. This guy's life is miserable. He said he has found hell. He has never known peace. When you sign a contract with the state, here's what happens. Women now understand the balance of power has shifted in their favor. Now they're in the driver's seat, because they know the family court is going to back them up. They know the state enforcers, the police, are going to back them up in 99% of the cases. They know if there's a dissolution of a marriage, they're going to walk away with most of your gear and your children, and they're going to be able to use the children like a cudgel to hit you over the head with and deny you your ability to see your children and alienate your children against you. How do I know? I've seen it happen a million times. My ex tried to alienate my son against me. And I remember talking to him once I got custody of him. Once we got separated, I just asked him. I said, "Hey, I said, I know your mom would talk about me and this and that and the other way in different ways, because I've actually overheard her conversations with my son. It's heartbreaking listening to her try to turn my son against me." I said, "Why didn't you believe it?" Now, okay, I raised an extraordinarily insightful and he's gotten a lot of inherent intelligence already. He's gifted, very, very high IQ. And so, but my job was to teach him and mold him and train him. And we'll talk about some of that stuff more often. And he said, well, because I taught him to think critically from a very early age. He can't wait. And he said, well, she would say one thing, but when I watch you and deal with you, I saw something completely different. And shout out to my son. Like I said, I've raised an extraordinary young man. And that's not to say that nobody else's child is not extraordinary. I'm just saying that mine is. And so you have to be really, really careful and really, really cognizant of who you're marrying. That's if you choose to get married. I advise against it. Most people have advised you against it. you should listen. Now, people are going to push you down that road, especially the so-called trad con people. The trad con people are absolutely full of you know what. Most of them don't live the lives they say. We were talking about this on a live the other day, but the divorce rate and the infidelity rate with trad con families, husband and wife, is no different from any other category of married man and woman. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. All these trad con people who are trying to advocate for this nonsense, without actually fixing the root of the problem. Especially the Christians, they'll just tell you, oh, just trust in the Lord. Okay, you're going to trust in the Lord when you're standing behind, you're standing in front of a feminist judge whose job it is to crush you. Okay, yeah, okay. Good luck. Anyway, it's your boy Private Eye Russ. If you need help, Russ at privateiruss.com. Send me a DM at X at privateiruss.com. It's your boy Private Eye Russ. I am out. And again, give me a remark on what you guys think of the Bowler of Justice. I'm thinking about getting another hat. Maybe the next video I'll make with one of my plaid sweatsuits, which I love. I've got like 4 of them right now. Anyways, your boy Private Eye Russ. I'm out.